Today, we're going to discuss how to set up Streamlabs OBS for beginners. Step-by-step guide. How does everything work? What does everything mean? Let's get straight into it. It will be a bit of a longer video. Here we go. I'm Vincent, aka Serenic, and today I'll bring you this step-by-step guide on Streamlabs OBS. OBS is basically the same, so if you use OBS, you can still watch this video. I will show you how to set up a basic stream, how to set up basic stuff, so you can go live as soon as you want to. Besides that, I'll have a new video on tomorrow about setting up a stream with Streamlabs Prime, so you get free designs with your Prime. The link down in the description gives you a sweet discount on Streamlabs Prime. You can buy it for $9 a month, so you can have some beautiful designs integrated in your stream. This video will go on to complete basics, and tomorrow I will show you how to use the designs in their best way. As soon as you launch Streamlabs OBS, you'll be greeted with the login screen. You can log into your YouTube or your Twitch. Do what you please. Do which one you like. I'm going to focus most on the Twitch part, but YouTube is basically the same setup. Just logging in to YouTube and changing different alerts, but the rest is the same. Let's go straight into what is OBS. What is Streamlabs OBS? Streamlabs OBS is a different than normal OBS. It has a different UI. It's, in my opinion, a bit more easy to get around to, easy to get used to, a little bit easier to do the things that you want to do. You get some extra help with it. So let's immediately dive into the software. Right now, you will see this screen. This is your live stream editor. These are your events. Here's your scene, and there's your source entry, and there's your mixer entry. Let's change this up immediately so you get the most info you need for your stream. You click on the layout editor at the left bottom corner, the 4 boxes. You click on those, and then you can choose out of which one you like. I like the one the most, where you have your legacy events on the left, editor display in the middle, then scene, source, and audio mixer in the bottom. The reasoning behind this is I have my stream screen on my right, so my events are far to the left, closer to my eye, and my chat will be next to that, and I will show you how to do that in a bit. So you have the easiest way of seeing everything on your right monitor. Do you have it on your left monitor? You can choose this one so you can see everything easier on your left side. That's all up to you. I like these options the most because you can see the most of your stream and of the information that you need to have. You click on save changes and you'll be greeted with this screen. Right now, like I said, here is the live stream editor. You will see your live stream there, exactly how the viewers will see it as well. So keep that in mind. This will be how the viewers or your recording will look like. On the left, you have your events, and these are the extended events, and I made it small so you don't see all mine, but it will pop up now. 3, 2, 1. And here are all my events that happened in the last streams. I haven't really streamed a lot in the last few weeks, but that's a different story. You will see that. I made it small so you can't see them now because it can be distracting. But you will see events here. Events will mean your follows, your donations, your raids, your hosts, your bits, everything that can happen around the stream. And for YouTube, it's the subscriptions, the donations, and I believe also like the subbing, the paid sub, etc. Those will all pop up there. So you can call out, hey, thanks for the follow, blank, for example. The scenes will be the scenes that you show on the screen. The scene is a collection of items, of sources that will be output in one image, basically in one video. So often people have a scene to start the stream, a scene to have just chatting, a scene to watch a video, or a scene to play a game, a BRB screen where you can only see like a BRB screen, so you can go to the bathroom and do something behind the scenes basically. And often people have an end screen as well. I'll show you shortly how to do it today, and I'll go way more in depth tomorrow in the Prime video, which is still also useful when you do not want to buy Prime and you have your own designs, or you're going to make your own designs, or you're going to hire someone on Fiverr, which also works perfectly fine. But let's dive a bit into settings. Settings. You have your general settings. I would say keep these as they are from the start. Snapping isn't really important. The dialogue, you can add those so you know for sure that when you go live, it notifies you that you're actually live, so you can go live on accident, which you already have an extra pop-up for, but as a bonus you can. You can also have a dialogue when you stop streaming, so you can't cancel your stream on accident. You can always record when you also go live. Don't do this if your PC is lower end or when you have a one set of PC, because it can be quite tasking. You can have a start replay buffer when streaming. Replay buffer is something that you can enable so you can have a sort of wind back to a good moment and save that moment and play it again. I can go into more depth if you guys want to in a later on video. And you have the replay buffer active when stream stops, so you can still after that record stuff when you're not even live anymore. I have them off because I don't use them, but it can be a great option for you, especially when you just start streaming, to have the confirmation dialogues open at least. Right here, I'll blur one thing out because otherwise you see my full on name, and let's not do that. You can link your Twitch, your Facebook, your TikTok, your YouTube, and I think even more sources besides these, but you should probably focus on Twitch and YouTube because Facebook, well, Facebook works as well, but that's that. I have no idea how Facebook streaming works. I just have a link so I can see stuff. You can also do TikTok, but you need to have 1,000 followers before you can go live on TikTok. So it is basically useless until you have the 1,000 followers. So you can log into your stream here on Twitch or YouTube, which I already have. So I can't show you that process, but that's how it goes. Then you have output. Output, you have the option to put it on simple or advanced mode. I have it on advanced just so you have the most ability to change stuff to your liking. So let's go over the settings real quick. You have audio track. Audio track is a track that will be selected in your stream, so which one the stream will hear, and I will go over that in a bit around the mixer. Twitch VOD can make sure that you have your, for example, when you listen to music that can be copyrighted and you don't want that in your VOD. Your VOD is your video that is saved after the stream so people can watch back to it. Chance if you have copyrighted music, it will be muted or you can get a copyright claim. So a lot of people do this so they can't get a copyright claim. So that's an option. I have it off because I do it all through a mixer. So it's less effort for me. Then you have the encoder. For me, there are 3 options. For some people with Intel, there are more options because you have the Intel CPU encoder, which I do not have since I have AMD. You have a software encoder, which is CPU bound. Then you have a hardware encoder, NVENC, which is GPU bound. And you have a hardware encoder, NVENC New, which is GPU bound, but the newest way of doing it, newest way of encoding, which is often the best for especially newer graphics cards like the 20 series or the 30 series, but also the 1060s, 70s, and 80s have great use of using new. Just try out which works the best for you to figure out which you should use. And you have bitrate. Bitrate is basically how much pixels you can send over the internet towards Twitch. Twitch does have a cap of 6,000 if you're not partnered. I have it on 8,000 since I can also stream on YouTube, and I sometimes do that. The reasoning this is I don't have to switch it back up and down all the time. Twitch will just force it down to 6,000 and you have no issue with it. This is important though. You need to have a decent connection to have a high bitrate. Your download and upload speed need to be a certain amount to be able to do a certain amount of bitrate. Twitch has a tool for that. You can just check it out on the website. I will link it down below. And I believe if you have an upload speed of 40, you can do 40,000 bitrate, I believe. Don't keep me quoted on that. Check the link down in the description for more info. Keyframe interval, leave it on 0, leave it on auto. Don't play with that. To be honest, I don't exactly know what it does. Just don't play with it. Second, you have the preset. I use quality because I want my stream to have the highest quality, and I have the headroom on my PC. I have the CPU space and I have the GPU space, so I want my stream to have the high quality so they can enjoy high quality and I can still have my normal FPS because I don't lose frames because of that. If you put it on quality and you have a lower end PC, it might get a huge hit, so you want to use performance or max performance even at that point. Low latency basically is the shortest time, so it sends out it immediately, so you have instant response on your chat. But if you have a decent internet connection and a decent PC, there will be barely no latency in general anyway. Profile, to be honest, don't know exactly what it does. I always had it on high, so that's why I keep it on. Keep these ones standard, look ahead, off, psycho-visual tuning on, 0 and 2 as your default. Then audio, you can select 48 Hertz just because you can. It doesn't really make a lot of difference for the basic hearings, but it's a good option. Then you have desktop. The desktop sound is the sound of your PC. So for most people, that would just be a system sound or a game sound. For example, if you have a headset like a SteelSeries RX 7 or 5, it has the option to separate game and chat volumes. You want to select game, so like SteelSeries Arctic game or something in the one and SteelSeries Arctic chat in the second, so you have your Discord and game sound both heard. And as mic, you select your mic. For most people, it will be something called microphone, and then between the brackets, the Blue Yeti or Blue Snowball or Trust USB, whatever you have. I use a Go XLR mic as my main mic, so I have that one selected, which is all goes through one source of sounds, all through the mix of my stream mix. So all my sounds are played through one device, music, game, etc. That I can just twist them down on my mixer. So I just select this as my only device in the whole stream. Then we go to video. Video base canvas resolution is basically the resolution of your monitor. So if you have a 1080p monitor, you need to put it on 1920 by 1080. This is just so you have the right scale for your recording or your stream. The output scale resolution is the resolution that you will be streaming on. Don't put this on 1080. If you put it on 1080, it will not work because you will not get the quality of 1080p as a non-partner streamer. You just don't get the bandwidth, you don't get the ability to. So put it on 720, the highest, or 600p is often used as well. It gives more people the option to watch the stream because they don't need to have an as good as internet to watch 720 live and with 600p. So that's also an option. I just always had it on 720p. You can decide which filter you use. For downscaling, the lower the filter is, the worse it will look. The higher the filter is, the better it will look. I suggest do not use bilinear, use bicubic or Lenkos. I use Lenkos because my PC can handle it. If your PC is a bit on the lower end side or the middle range, use 16 samples and you should be okay. FPS type, always common FPS values. On common FPS values, you want to decide if you stream on 30 FPS or 60 FPS. I go for 60 because once again, I can do it with my PC and my internet. But the higher your frames will be on stream, the higher the load will be on your PC. So 60 FPS will be way heavier to run than 30 FPS streams. Hotkeys, you can put on hotkeys, for example, Control 1 to start the stream, stop the stream, etc. You can switch to scenes with the hotkey. You can mute your microphone with a hotkey. It can be useful. I don't use it because I have a Stream Deck. For example, if I want to mute the mic, I can do Control S, and if I unmute the mic with Control S again, I can unmute and mute the mic right there if I'm not in this menu, which is a good option. But for me, like I said, not worth it. Advanced, you can go over. Its general setting is the processor priority, which means how much of your CPU is Streamlabs allowed to use. I have it on normal because it runs great for me. I have no issues. I have no hiccups on stream whatsoever. If you do get hiccups on stream, you can put it on above normal, which means that your stream will get more priority than your game, which then results in your game having, for example, lower frames or some stutters sometimes. So you got to tweak this a bit and also change it with your video settings itself to see what works the best for you. Scene collections, you can import and export scenes from the theme store. I will go into that detail tomorrow in a new video about Prime's themes. So keep that in mind. Notifications are a thing for you to enable about your issues on streams. For example, if you get dropped frames, lag frames, something like that, the lower you get, the faster your notifications will fill and show if you have issues. Standards are 22, 20, and 22. It will show you decent amounts of skip frames if you have some, which gives you an indication, okay, what can my issue be? If you have these issues, you can easily go into the Discord of Streamlabs, which will also be linked down underneath in the description, to ask for help in the community chat support channel. I'm in there sometimes as well, and a lot of people that work for Streamlabs or either like me, a volunteer, will help you to find out your issue, if and at least, but most likely we will. Appearance, can choose the whole appearance of the program. Basically, day is way too bright and night is what I like. These two are also a great option, but you will only get them with Prime. Once again, discount link in the description. You can cancel after a month. The discount link is in the description if you want to try that. Scene item selection mode is how it works when you click on the things in the scene. For example, when it's a group, one click you will select the whole group, and double clicking selects one item. I like to click just once to collect an item and double click to select the whole group, but that's just my own likings. Show live doc chat on the left side. Well, simply as that, if you don't have this on, the chat will show up right here in this corner. If you do have it on, the chat will show right up there in the left corner. Easy as that. I'm going to close it again now because we don't need chat and it fills up the screen, but that's how that works. Chat size, you can make a chat bigger or smaller based on your eye vision, basically. And enable better TTV emotes or enable Franker's Face Z emotes. I would suggest put them on because people like to use them, and so you know which one they're using. It is easier to interact with people, so most likely keep them on. And the last ones, I don't really use remote control. You can connect your phone with Streamlabs to change scenes, for example, but I believe you need to have Prime for that. Not 100% sure. Virtual webcam, you can start that so you can use the whole stream in your webcam somewhere else. For example, if you want to go on Omegle and stream your screen, if you want to go in Discord and talk with your friends while they can see your game and see your whole layout, for example, you can do that. So that's an option. Game overlay, you can enable an in-game overlay so you can use certain things off the stream in your game so you don't have to tap out. Never used it though. And installed app are apps you can install by using the store, which are sometimes free. I don't use them a lot. I had these installed to test some stuff out, but I don't use them myself. Those are the settings. Those are the basics of that. Then we go down into the scenes, the sources, and the mixer. Scenes are basically, as it says, a scene. You can have your starting scene, your ending scene, your pre-scene. I will make one right now to show you how that works. Don't remove, that was an accident. Rename. Always name your things. Have a certain collection. Be organized, because it's way smarter than just calling everything a new scene and you don't know which one is which. We call this one game, and we can start in our sources. For your game scene, you of course want to have your game visible, most likely webcam, and most definitely also your alert box, so you can see that people follow on screen as well. So people see that they follow. People like that sort of attention, basically. So how to do that? You start with your display capture or game capture. Some games work with game capture, some games will not. Valorant for sometimes does not allow game capture. Sometimes it works, sometimes it does not, because it has a certain anti-cheat that will see it as maybe a cheat system, so they disable that. But it basically works in one way. On auto, it will just find a full screen application like a game, for example Call of Duty, and it will immediately just show up. If you tap out, it will show this screen again, and if you tap back into the game, it will show the game again. If you click on capture any full screen application, then anything that's full screen will be captured. I never used that one, but it could be really handy. Capture a specific window is, as it says, it will capture a specific window. Like, for example, if you have a game like Valorant in here, or Minecraft or Call of Duty, you can select that executable and it will select that window only. And last but not least, you have the option to capture foreground window with hotkey. You can make it so it only captures the window that's in the front with a hotkey that you can set in the hotkey menu. I always used auto or specific window because I just know what that will show on my screen, because I have my backup screens to preload stuff. And second, you have the display capture. Display capture will show everything that's currently on your monitor. Everything. So if you log into your email, they will see your email. If you show your password, everybody will see your password. So make sure, if you use this and you want to do something with sensitive information, you hide it. Just by clicking on this icon, you will hide it. Click on this icon, it will lock it in. I'll do both. You will lock it in. You can't move it. If you click on this, you can move it again. So that's an idea. Hide it, unhide it, so people can't see what you're doing. If you want to move it, you can by unlocking it, and you move it again and lock it to not move it, just to make sure so you don't always unaccidentally move your things. Second, you go for your Facecam. Facecam is a part of video capture device. Also, if you stream by a capture card towards with your console, you need to use this as well to show your game of your capture card. For me, my main camera is the webcam. I use the C920. Yet it will not show up anything because it's in use right now, as you can see, because you can see me. I will cheat the system. I have a backup camera hanging in the corner using my Camlink 4K, and I click on done and it will show that one up. And we make that smaller and we act like this is now our Facecam in the corner. So we have our Facecam set up. No designs or nothing. We will come back to that tomorrow in the Prime video. But now we just go for the full-on basics. Last but not least, you want your alert box to set up. Add source, and done. Because if you want to change the things in your alert box, you can do it here. But I suggest you to do it just on the web page, because it's way more in depth and bit easier to use. Place on the screen wherever you like them. Test your alert, and you're done. If you don't have if the alert doesn't work yet, you go to the website. You'll get on this page. You see follows, subscriptions, donations, hosts, bits, rates. The rest is not important for most people. General settings, you can just enable and everything. You can change some stuff. Read through this and see what's important to you. Use banned words for sure. You don't want people to donate with like racism slurs or whatever. You can get an issue. You can get problems with that. So make sure to put those words in that you don't want in your chat. Then you have the follow section, for example. You can enable or disable them. You can pick the layout you want. You can pick if you want to fade it in or jump it in, etc. You can change the name of the pop-up. Instead of just follow, you can do join the squad or something like that. And you can make the text also bounce. Then you can pick an image. They have stock images you can pick. For example, the star. So someone followed, you see a star. And then the sound, you can pick random sounds in here. Like that. It's really loud, I'm sorry. You can pick those, click on save, and you have your own alert set up. You can also get a designer or design something yourself, maybe get a picture of something and use that, or a GIF from the internet or a picture from the internet. It's as long as it's allowed to be used by you, you should be okay. Click on save, and you saved it, and you're done with that whole section. You're basically almost done to go live. You can go into your mixer, like I said earlier, to check the whole sections about the tracks and also to listen to your sound. If you want to be able to hear yourself while you speak, you can click monitor and put this one on. Monitor only, mute output. You can hear yourself then, but the stream will not hear an echo, which is important. You can also disable a certain track. For example, if this is your music mostly playing here, you can disable track 1 and make the stream listen to track 2 and then your VOD to track 1, for example. But as a beginning streamer, you probably don't have to worry about that yet. Right now, you have your basic set. You can go live. You have your alerts. You have your face cam. You have your mic set up here. I just muted myself once again, otherwise I will get the echo. You have everything set up. You only have one thing to do. Go live. Put in a title. Put in the game you're going to play at that moment. If you have your Twitter connected, it can push out a tweet that you're going live with a certain text. If one they're like, hey, I'm going live. And it will put the Streamlabs URL behind it, or your own URL if you want to. Your own URL, lol. And you can just type your URL. There you go. That's how it basically works. Click on confirm and go live, and you go live. Your chat will, if you need to see your chat again, you can click on the arrow in the left corner or the right corner, wherever you have it placed, and you are live. You're done. You're able to play your game. You're able to do your things. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was useful to you. If so, drop a like down below and let me know in the comments. Also, let me know if you need any more tutorials about what subjects whatsoever about Streamlabs or streaming itself. Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to me on YouTube and follow me on Twitch. I'm live almost every single day at 9 PM. Use my discount code once again on Streamlabs Prime to get yourself some nice designs. And I hopefully see you guys very soon. Happy streaming.